America suffered a fresh tragedy when a packed passenger jet collided with a U.S. Army helicopter and plunged into Washington, D.C.'s Potomac River. The collision happened as American Airlines Flight 5342, carrying 64 people, approached Reagan National Airport before 9 p.m. Eastern Time. More than 30 bodies have been recovered, with no survivors expected. A Black Hawk helicopter on a training flight entered the airspace, seemingly unaware of the jet. They collided 400 feet above ground, erupting into flames before crashing into the freezing river. Over 300 first responders searched desperately, but the wreckage sank. This is the first fatal U.S. commercial airline crash since 2009. President Trump called it a terrible accident, while American Airlines CEO Robert Isom expressed deep sorrow. Investigations are underway. Flight 5342, a CRJ700 Bombardier, departed Wichita, Kansas with 60 passengers and 4 crew. Air traffic controllers cleared it to land on runway 33, but a Sikorsky UH-60 Black Hawk from Fort Belvoir had also entered the airspace. Washington's airspace is among the most restricted, just miles from the White House. Moments before impact, controllers asked the helicopter, PAT-25, if it had visual contact with the jet. PAT-25, do you see a CRJ? Pass behind the CRJ, a controller said. Seconds later, a fireball lit up the night sky. The impact at 140 miles per hour was witnessed by stunned controllers. Crash, 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 one exclaimed. Aviation experts note that separate radio frequencies for helicopters and planes may have caused miscommunication. Footage from the Kennedy Center shows the descending plane just before the fiery collision. Washington, D.C.'s rescue teams mobilized rapidly. Boats scoured the river, scanning for survivors. The Potomac's icy waters complicated the effort, with wreckage partially submerged. It's a highly complex operation, said D.C. Fire Chief John Donnelly. The cause of the crash remains unclear. Trump criticized air traffic control, calling it not good. Aviation expert Jeffrey Thomas said the accident should never have happened, given modern collision avoidance systems. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy and Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth launched an investigation. Reagan Airport will reopen at 11 a.m. Eastern Time Thursday. Among the victims were U.S. and Russian figure skaters, returning from a training camp. Russian champions Yevgenia Shishkova and Vadim Naumov were confirmed aboard. We are devastated by this tragedy, said U.S. figure skating. Washington, D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser expressed condolences and announced a briefing at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Witness Ari Shulman saw a stream of sparks before the plane banked sharply and exploded. It looked like a Roman candle, he recalled. The investigation continues as authorities search for answers in this devastating aviation disaster.
To come in from this vantage point, but to back up what the president said, what I've seen so far, do I think this was preventable? Absolutely.